If you are sensitive to smoke, you know, some people are, and like your lungs can't handle smoke, um, you could try a vaporizer. A vaporizer is a wonderful way to kind of separate, you know, the toxins of cannabis, like the smoky material, and take away all that, and like just only pull out the THC, which is that's the active ingredient of cannabis. At least for most of us, is the THC. If this is going to be your first experience using cannabis, I'm going to give you some pointers right now. One, you want to use like a very small amount of cannabis. You want to be outdoors if possible. Here's what I do, and this is what I would recommend. Usually I will go out into nature. I will bring like a little bottle of water, maybe like a snack, a light snack. And keep this in mind, if you're going to take out snacks when you go smoke, it doesn't matter if you bring out healthy food or you're going to bring out junk food. You're going to realize that each tastes absolutely delicious. What I do is I always bring out my MP3 player. You want to bring out your favorite tunes possible. If you're gonna have a friend there, but like keep them around, you know, somewhere you can kind of see them, where you look at each other and you can be like, everything's cool, everything's going all right, so no worries. You know what I like doing, honestly? Like I like getting, like I love going out and becoming like physically active. I'm physically active anyway, but what if I can always like combine the use of cannabis and like doing like running or playing football or for me, like any type of hand-eye coordination, I love it. I know people that will do like martial arts on cannabis. I mean, completely like is counterintuitive, and you think like, you know, at least in like in the mainstream media, like, you know, you smoke, you become lazy, you fall asleep, and the last things you hear about is like people becoming like so like, you know, I don't like motivated to like to work out and just become like much more active. For some reason, I think there is something to that, and that's why I say, you know, there should be like more research in this. If you want to experiment, like, you know, I would suggest like, you know, smoke it during the day, and then wait another day, like take a break, and then the following day, like wait during the night and see what it's like. What is your mind like? How do you feel when you're smoking like during the night? What you'll realize is that when you wake up in the morning, you feel generally good. This is completely opposite, like if you drink during the night and you wake up in the morning, fucking sometimes people have like nasty hangovers. This is not the case with cannabis. Like marijuana, it like makes you want to communicate to others. It makes you very enthusiastic to communicate to others. It's just something about the plant that you'll like, okay, so there's people out there, like many people out there who have all these problems. You know, they have psychological problems, they have physical problems, they have, you know, they've gone to this therapy, they've tried that therapy, they've tried all these techniques and teachings of like, you know, they just want to become like, you know, they have all these like problems in their past, they're trying to deal with it, and like, you know, I think it's because like sometimes they don't have they don't have a very positive communications within themselves. Like for example, if you're thinking like negative thoughts, like constantly you're cycling through like negative thoughts, like negative thought, what cannabis does is it breaks that pattern, at least temporarily. Like the neurons, like they've constantly been going like in one direction, and so what it does, it like breaks that circuit at least temporarily. And I don't know what it is, like maybe it's spirit that flows in and like helps you like reconnect to yourself. It takes you completely out of fear and into love. It's something about cannabis and communication. I've realized, oh my God, I have been able to, I'm not high right now, but I have been able to communicate to whether it's the person in front of me or just to myself, better than I ever have before. I don't know, something about cannabis has that effect. It does something, it like promotes communication. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. Cannabis promotes communication with yourself and with others. You know what I think it does? I think it just rewires your brain and rewires like everything about you, spiritually, mentally, physically. Like when a person, no matter who they are, is like talking to me when I'm high, and it doesn't matter if I'm high or not, but it's just the effect is a little bit more intense when you're high. You generally listen. That's what you do. You listen. And you empathize. And you get what they're saying. Well, maybe for some of us, but you feel what they're saying. And it's like something is happening with inside you. Like I think that it opens up your chakras. Like if you're closed in one chakra, you're closed off in communication, you're closed off at heart, you're closed off at your base chakra. What I feel cannabis does is that it opens up the chakras, but you don't want to keep them like so wide open to the point where you become completely unbalanced. Here's what also I recommend. Keep your body clean as far as like nutritional value. You want to stay hydrated. You want to be eating like superfoods, super greens, smoothies, anything, it's, you know what I'm saying? To have a very clean experience, you want to have a very clean system. You want to ensure that you're getting the maximum amount of like effect from this. You know how people who they go to the Amazonian rainforest and they try ayahuasca for the first time? It's always recommended that before you even do this experience that you go through a cleanse. And I would recommend that too. Go through like a 3-day cleanse or so. Or if you can't do a day cleanse prior to smoking cannabis. I failed to mention that, did you notice this? That cannabis is completely illegal? It is on the category of, at least in the United States, is considered like a Schedule I substance. So, it's right up there at the very pinnacle of like the worst things you could possibly do. It's up there with heroin and cocaine. Like that's, okay, for me, like how do you mix the two? Like how is it possible to heroin and cannabis, like they're not even in the same league. The reason why it's illegal, in my opinion, that, yeah, it is economics. Sure, for sure. Oh yeah, you can make a shitload of money off of this stuff. This is probably how it went down. In the board meeting when they're discussing cannabis. This is behind closed doors. Okay, and I'm like the head guy here. I'm the head at the table. Alright guys, here it is. We got this new substance out here. Apparently it's been around for thousands of years. It's called cannabis, and people are getting high off of it. Nothing really wrong about it, but here's the thing. People, probably going to be making money, so this is something we got to stop. The other thing is, in order for them to kind of follow our rules and regulations, okay, and to make them believe that, this stuff about, the media, and to go along with us,